Guys, I'm gonna click record. For those of you who are like watching this on replay or maybe don't know who I am, my name is Alexa Huffman and I'm a double diamond leader with It Works. But I will probably have lots of people watching this later, so I'm super excited to just pour into you guys and tell you how I sign loyal customers, how I retain loyal customers, and how I push for month end volume, because we all know that come month ends, that's like the one thing that we're all going for, right? So the first thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is, number one, if you are going for a promotion this month, which everyone is, you always should be shooting for the next rank. I want you to write in the chat really quick what that is that you're going for, just so that I can get an idea. I think I have a pretty good idea, but we'll see. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love it. Diamonds, emeralds, rubies. I love it. Okay, perfect. So hopefully all of you have done your chart. You know where you're at. And we all know what we need to do to sign, right? Like, it's very simple. We know what we need to do. It's just a matter of getting it done. So your 6 list, your non-negotiables, those are the things that are income producing and that are going to get you further in this company. But I want to walk you through how I personally have been signing the majority of my loyal customers recently. I want to tell you again just how I retain them, and then some last little tidbit tips, and then I'll kind of open it up at the end for either questions, or if you guys want to share anything different that you do at the end of the month, or even throughout the whole month that brings in volume or is a strong suit of yours. And I'll just kind of leave it open and we can popcorn then too. So I want input from everybody, but if you could please, regardless of what you're doing, even if I'm staring at your ceiling, turn your camera on to show me the respect, just since I'm hopping on here giving you my time. That would be great. Okay, so how I sign loyal customers. So the majority of my customers come from messaging either on Instagram or sending free coffee samples. So I want to walk you through step by step what it looks like for me to sign a loyal customer on Instagram, and walk you through step by step how I sign customers with free samples. And the free samples doesn't have to just be coffee. So if you're not a coffee drinker and you don't drink our It Works Keto coffee, then pick collagen or hydrate or literally anything else that's in single serve packets that you can sell for free samples, wraps, like literally anything. So on Instagram, the message that I send, and I'll read you word for word what I say, is, I say, hey sis, or I take that part out if it's a guy. I say, I hope I'm not bothering you, but I'm looking for some new product testers this month and I'm wondering if you'd be interested. I don't say anything else. You'd get a huge discount for helping me out and it's very simple to do. Want some more info? And 9 times out of 10, they say yes, or they won't reply. Like, it's literally one of the two. Very rarely do I get someone who's like, oh, no, thank you, or whatever. If you do, I ask straight up, okay, can I ask why? Most of the time, they've either tried a product before and didn't like it, and I can talk to them about that. The goal is not for me to sell another product for them. It's either to plant a seed, or if they've had a poor experience in the past, at least take the sour taste out of their mouth. Like, that's my goal, is to help them in one way or another. Or again, plant a seed, and whether they respond to me or not, I know now that they're looking at my profile and they're paying attention to what I'm doing because they're at least curious about it. So I send that. If they say yes, then all I say, you guys, keep it simple. Don't word vomit. This one is a little bit longer. It's not super short, but if you'll notice, I'm not just like rampaging about different products. So I say, okay, cool. So they're all natural It Works products. You just try a product for me and let me know your honest opinion. We have skinny coffee, a hair and lash booster, or if it's a guy, I change that to hair and beard booster. Oh, sorry. Or I actually have a work from your phone spot available for someone who wants to try the products and get paid, which sounds best to you. That opens it up for either a DT conversation or a product. And again, even if they say a product and I go through the whole conversation, and they end up not being able to afford it, even though they didn't tell me in the beginning that they were interested in the opportunity, I automatically revert back to it by saying something like, well, I'll walk you through it. So they say that, they say a specific, let's just say they pick Skinny Coffee. I'm going to say, okay, great. Can I ask first if you're looking to lose weight or if you're just wanting a yummy breakfast replacement? Because if they just want a yummy breakfast replacement or something of that matter, or they're thinking of like a shake of some sort, sometimes I'll just refer them to BFF, or maybe a different product is better for them. And if their goal is weight loss, I need to know how much weight they want to lose so that I can recommend the right product, because this person was just interested in the Skinny Coffee, but just the coffee may not give them the results that they want. So I'm going to ask this person that question. They're going to say, oh, I want to lose weight. I'm going to say, okay, how much weight would you want to lose to feel your best? And they're going to say 60 pounds. And I'm going to say, okay, perfect. So obviously you drink coffee. Are you familiar with the keto lifestyle at all? And they're going to say, probably no. And then I send them this message and I say, I want to give you guys like my exact scripts so that you can hear exactly how I'm wording everything. So I say, it's basically a high healthy fats, low carbs, and medium protein diet. You don't have to be on the diet for this to work, but it's an on-the-go coffee that's also keto approved with no sugars, real butter, and then I put in parentheses, healthy fat, collagen, and then I put in parentheses, help skin, and it can also help you burn fat. The greens are the detox that gives you 52 phytonutrients, 34 servings of fruits and veggies, blah, 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 blah. Or if I think that the keto triple threat and the Thermophyte X is something that they need also, then I'll just add at the end like what the Thermophyte does, and then just say, here's my friend so-and-so who took the product, and I'll immediately send a result picture. Most of the time I do end it with a question. So I'll say, do you want pricing? Because that way they don't feel like awkward and they feel like, okay, that looks great. Like, what am I supposed to say next? They're kind of waiting for you to say something else. So if you are always ending with a question, it's never awkward. And you're never just like usually left on red because it's rude. That's not to say that some people don't leave you on red after you ask a question. Obviously they do, but it just puts the ball in their court more to kind of force a response. And then they'll say yes, and I always send the product info picture sheet. I don't send the whole packet where it's got the facts and all these things. No, I send the first page with the nutritional info for each product that I'm recommending, and I send it. And then I say, for example, she wanted to lose 60 pounds, so I would recommend the Keto Triple Threat, TFX, coffee, greens. And I would say, it's normally $250. But if you do a 90-day trial with me, it's only $147 for a month's supply. Sound good? Most of the time they say yes. If they say they can't afford that, I'll be like, I don't immediately just start taking products off. I'll say, okay, let me see what I can do for you. I know that you were really interested in this. Let me see if I can give you another sort of discount. And I'll like wait a few seconds and I'll reply like all caps, OMG. I'm able to give you an additional discount on your first order to make it only $124. Does that work? Most of the time they say yes. If they say no, then I'll kind of be like, okay, well, my job is to recommend the products that are going to get you the best results. I know you said that you wanted to lose 60 pounds. The products that I recommended are what's going to help you get there, but I can totally work with you on your budget. What is your budget? I don't ever ask that until like literally the last question when I've already given pricing for the full budget. Don't ask what people's budget is before you've even told them the price, because everybody's going to say free or $30 or whatever. And your goal is to, again, get them the best results. So then I'll kind of start knocking down prices or whatever. But I did hear something on a Zoom the other day that really like kind of hit home for me, you guys. And she was saying, if somebody is not willing to invest $124 for 3 different products in their health when they want to lose 60 pounds, they're also going to be the person who's not willing to even spend the $30, even if you did just get them set up on the TFX. Like, and it's so true because I think about it. And when I give them the full price of the pack, very rarely, even when I knock it all the way down, well, let's just try the TFX for 36. Does that work? Most of the time, they don't even end up signing. And when they do, they're getting the full pack anyways. So they are just broke right now and they're too embarrassed to tell you that. So they can't afford any of it. So they're either going to join your team as a distributor, or you need to be patient and understand that they're going to sign in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year. Like, it doesn't matter. So the other thing is follow-up is so huge, you guys. And I hear so often like people getting discouraged or, whatever, because people don't reply. And I want to kind of like nick that in the butt really quick. So people, number one, are always busy, just like you are. So people will open their messages, their kids will open their messages, whatever, something happens, or they're too broke and don't want to tell you about it. There's always a reason that they're not replying. It's not right now. But it takes an average of, I think they say like something like 7 to 21 times or something to follow up with someone before they sign. And it's so true. Like, I have customers, the majority of my customers that you guys see me pull through, some of them are new, but the majority of them come from me literally raiding through my messages and following up with everyone. So don't be afraid to follow up. And how I follow up is very simple. The first couple times after I've given pricing or after I've sent product info or result pictures, if I've sent the result pics, I'll be like, hey, do you want more info on this? Or if I've sent the pricing, I'll be like, hey, does that work for you? And I'll send that same message in a different way, like 2 or 3 different times. And after that third time, if they still haven't responded, even if they haven't read it, I'll send something else. So I'll be like, hey sis, did you get my last message? If 1 or 2 of those doesn't work, I'll be like, completely change the subject. And I'll say, if it was a potential distributor, I'll be like, hey girl, hey so-and-so, I just had a spot open up for my new summer cleanse challenge. It's going to sell out super quick. It's flying off the shelves. And then I'll give like a little description about the cleanse. So we hold 5 to 7 meals in our colon at a time of toxic sludge. And this is a gentle aloe cleanse that gets rid of all of that. Do you want more info? And I've had 3 customers in the last 9 days sign simply off that message of literally months worth of me following up and them never responding. And yes, it's a 30 BV order, but now I've locked them in as a customer. And don't get me wrong, I do try and upsell when we check out, but if they just want the cleanse, I'll at least get them locked in on the cleanse. And then I can always upsell later. Now they're going to love the products. They always say like, try it and they're going to love it. So that's huge. Okay. So then my free coffee samples. So I actually got this from Rochelle Coakley. She is our presidential upline. And I made a post about the coffee. I took a really cute picture in like a cute setting with 2 bags of coffee in my hand, or a bag of coffee, whatever. Take it with your kid, your dog, if you don't want to take a picture yourself. But it should preferably be like you holding the coffee or the collagen or the hydrate or whatever you're going to use. And you're going to, let's backtrack really quick. You take your cute picture and you're so excited to post it, but don't post it yet. You're going to go on Facebook and you're going to do a massive interactive post first. So go on, sorry. I'm like getting these messages from people that don't know what they're doing about the house that we're doing in Bradenton. And now I lost my train of thought. Oh, so you're going to go on Pinterest or just on Google and look up interactive Facebook posts. I personally like the ones off Pinterest. I don't use the picture, but I take the verbiage that they're saying and I put it on Facebook, because chances are a million other people have taken that picture from Pinterest and posted it. And that each picture, you guys, I don't know if you know this, I didn't know it before, but each picture has like a code to it. So Facebook keeps track of that code for that particular picture. So whatever that JPEG file name is, even if you were to change the name, it's got like a serial number almost with the picture. And every time that's posted, Facebook and Instagram keep track of it. So after a certain number of times, it blocks more and more people from seeing it because it's a repetitive post. So just take the verbiage. If it says like, what's your favorite ice cream or whatever, drop it in the comments. Or what's your favorite, like ask for recommendations or whatever, but just use the text. And then once that blows up a couple hours later, you're going to post your cute picture. So you're going to put your preset on it and you're going to make a simple post that basically just says free coffee samples for the first. And I always put a number on it because it kind of makes people like feel the sense of urgency. So I always say something like the first 50 people to drop their, and then I'll put like an emoji or something, their favorite emoji. But you have to be careful about how you word it too, because Facebook will block it. So usually if I, instead of the word drop, I'll put like the emoji of the pointing down arrow, or hand, I mean, I'll like put the hand and I'll say, drop your favorite GIF or drop your favorite emoji or whatever. And then those people who comment, you're obviously going to love their comment and reply to their comment saying, I'll message you. And then you're going to personally message each of those people. And this is the message that I send. So I say, hey girl, I'm so excited to hook you up on some of my free samples of the coffee. Here are the options with shipping. 1 sample for $7, 3 samples for $15, or 5 samples for $25. Which do you prefer? Most people choose the 3 or the 5. If somebody does choose the 1, I say, okay, no worries. I can totally get you hooked up on 1 sample, but I do usually suggest people to at least get 3 so that you can try it a couple different ways, because I didn't usually like it on my first try. I had to make it how I make it now to find the way that I love it. So I kind of have that conversation with them. If they still want to do the 1, whatever, I'll mail them the 1. But then, and Rochelle has a whole video of this on the team page of how she does it. But if somebody ever retorts and is like, oh, I thought it was free. Well, the sample is free. It would cost a lot more if I were to charge you for the sample of coffee and the shipping. So I'm doing you a favor by giving you the free sample of the coffee and just charging you for the shipping. So it depends where everybody is, how much the shipping is. Do you make money off the samples of the coffee? Yes. That's the principle of selling it, right? But I have had the majority of my customers either be from follow-up or from this free coffee for the last like 2 weeks. I've had all but one that I sent samples to end up ordering, and she actually just messaged me back when we were on this call, and I don't know what she said. But the key is to, as soon as you mail them and the mailman's like, okay, they're going to deliver on Wednesday, you're going to immediately put a reminder in your calendar on Wednesday to go message all those people and say, hey, I'm so excited for you. Did you get the package that I sent you? I want to walk you through how to make your first cup. And they're going to say, oh, I haven't gotten it yet, or yes, I have got it. If they've gotten it, walk them through how to make their first cup so that it's actually good. And if they say no, then just make sure you follow up with them the next day, and you're going to continue to follow up just like normal, and then they'll sign. And what I usually do to start that conversation is, once they've tried it and they're like, oh my gosh, it's so good or whatever, I'll be like, okay, great. Well, it's actually on a huge flash sale right now. Do you want pricing? And they're always going to be like, yeah. And so then I'll give them the pricing of the discount. So I'll say, it's normally, like I told you before, $185 for the coffee and the greens. But right now, I can get you hooked up if you do a 90-day trial with me for $111. And then I'll put below that, I can also give you an additional special discount to make your first order today only $88. Sound good? And then that's how I've signed everybody. And there have been a couple that I haven't offered the discount to, that still ordered it because they thought that the discount had expired because we had talked about it a while ago. So just kind of like work with it and see if you need to give them the code, if they can't afford the full price or whatever, you know what I mean? Okay, so that's kind of how I generally sign loyals. That's how I've signed so many the last 2 months. Loyals is definitely not my strong suit, or distributors are, and I've really been proud of myself with how much I've been signing recently, and I honestly think it's because of what I've been journaling, but that's a conversation for later. So the way that I retain customers, let's first go over, once they've signed, what I first do, because I do it a little bit differently than the stuff that's in the team page. So when a customer signs up with me, I send them this message and I say, yay, okay, keep your customer ID number. That will be your login, and you can log in at any time on my website to view or track, change your order at any time. I'll remind you and check in too. Thanks again, girl. Text me as soon as you get your package so I can show you how to use it effectively. And then I say, one last thing. Do you have anyone that might be interested in doing this with you? I can offer them a discount too, and I also do referral gifts for anyone who refers me a customer. And I have actually gotten a referral, and she's ordering next week. So that's working really well right now too. And then what I do is, I personally am really bad, or was really bad, about following up with every single customer that I signed before every single order. Like, it was just a lot for me to keep up with. Is that an excuse? Maybe, but I'm just choosing to do more time effective and income producing things than like literally chase my customers down to remind them that their next order is coming out. I've already explained the 90-day trial. They already know what's coming, and I talk to my customers enough to where I know they're loving the products. I'm not just like leaving them in the dark. So I don't feel like I need to necessarily follow up with them every single month because we're already talking. If you never talk to your customers, you should follow up with them before their next order and see how they're liking it and if they want to switch it up. But I already know that, so I don't do that. So this is what I do instead because I'm forming good relationships with my customers. So then I'll put a reminder in my calendar 2 days after they order to send them this message. And I say, I hope you guys have pen and paper because these scripts work really well for me. Okay. 2 days after they order, I say, hey, love. Sorry, my throat is like sore. Thanks again for ordering. I just want to make sure you know all the perks you're getting as my loyal customer. You are eligible to earn a $150 shopping spree. You're earning 10% back on all your purchases from here on out to use for money off your future orders. You're also getting free meal plans and workouts. Have you downloaded our app yet? So a lot of you don't know where that $150 shopping spree comes from. So loyal customers not only earn 10% back on every single purchase that they order, but if they order, they do their first 90-day trial. They do another 90-day trial, so they have 6 consecutive months of ordering with you. It Works will give them a $50 credit on their account as a shopping spree to use on whatever they want on our site. If they do another 6 months, so a whole year of consecutive orders with you, they get an additional $100 shopping spree. That's on top of all the 10% that they've earned over that. So I have customers that have like $200 in product credit. I don't know why they don't use it, but it's there. P.S. Well, I'll go over that later because we're going to go over quick points. But I've got to like speed this up because we're running short on time. Okay, so then 3 weeks after they order, if we haven't talked and they haven't followed up with me, I will text them and just say, hey, gorgeous, I just wanted to check in and see if you've received your products. Because if they haven't had a sample from me in the past, especially if they're ordering the coffee and they get their product, I want to be sure that they know how to make their first cup so that they don't just, like a lot of times people won't text me, won't know how to make it, will try and make it on their own the first time and it tastes like shit and they'll never drink another cup. So then their 3rd month comes around and I go to follow up with them and they're going to cancel because they have 3 months worth of coffee that they don't even like. Okay, so it's our job to make sure that they actually love it. And the coffee is amazing if you make it right. So I check in, make sure that they get their products. I tell them how to use it. Then I usually don't follow up about their orders again until the 3rd month, right before their last order is going to come out. So then I go to my calendar and I set a reminder for the last month a week before. So if they are on the 25th, I'll follow up like the 18th. And I'll say, hey, your 3rd order is shipping soon, and I know you're loving the products. I wasn't sure if you wanted to switch up your order or if you wanted to keep it the same. Are there any products you've been dying to try? If you want to try another product, I'd be willing to give you a $50 credit on your account just to say thank you for doing another 90-day trial with me. Okay, so that's how you're going to switch it for them to do another 90-day trial, and they understand that they're doing another 3 consecutive months. They're not just like ordering another product for 1 month and canceling. And sometimes, you guys, if the customer is super cool, like I have customers that like know where my parents live in Redmond. I never knew them before this, met them on social media. They randomly like live in the same town. I have people that live close to me that I've met or whatever. And like I've built a really good relationship with them. So sometimes I'll even have them close out their order after that one if they don't care about the $50 credit. And I'll have them sign up again as a loyal customer, and then we'll just like with a different email or whatever. And then we'll go through it again, and then they'll stay on that account to earn the shopping sprees. But if they don't care about that first initial $50, I love signing them up again. But you don't have to do that, and it's a lot of extra work. So I just wanted to throw that out there for those of you who have customers that are like, or have another girl who has been ordering with me for almost 2 years since she's one of my first loyal customers. And I was talking to her the other day and I was like, girl, do you want to just like open another account with me? She's like, sure. So we're closing out her old account. She's signing up as a new LC, and she places huge orders every month. So she's trying to help me out at end of month, which is really nice too. So if you have those relationships, like talk with them about that, but obviously they're going to miss out on that shopping spree. So make sure they know. If they want to switch it up, I'll help them switch up their order. Shoot, I may have to split this up into 2 Zooms. We only have 10 minutes left, but I have like so much left to tell you guys. Okay, so after they've ordered, I send them thank you cards always, because I love to write a little personalized note to them saying, hey, so-and-so, thank you so much for your order. Your support means the world to me. Your purchase is a huge reason why I get to stay home with Oakland. Or this is a huge reason I'm getting to pay off my debt, or whatever. Make it like about you for a sec, so that they know that they're like actually supporting someone with their order. And then I'll throw in a sample as just like a little thank you. So I'll send like a keto energy or a greens if they didn't order any. Try and send something different than what they ordered. And then again, asking for the referrals, the calendar settings. Okay, so maybe I can wrap this up. Okay, so the other like volume boosting tip specifically that I have is credit card declines are huge. This month actually wasn't terrible for our team, but last month was bad, you guys. We had thousands sitting there in credit card declines, and not only is the customer not getting their product, so they probably won't see the results that they want because they're not ordering consistently for that first 90 days, but you're literally throwing away free money. So if you have credit card declines, go through and follow up with those people. Same thing with perk points. If you don't know what those are, or if you've been in the business less than 3 months, you don't have perk points, your customers don't have perk points. But those points that I was just talking about in the shopping sprees, follow up with people. And what I do is if somebody has $230 of free credit, I don't tell them that. And it's not that I'm hiding that from them. If they were to ever go on their account and ask me if they could use it, I would tell them absolutely. But I'm just like not openly disclosing that they have that much product. So what I'll say instead is, oh my gosh, girl, like let's say their initial goal was weight loss and they're ordering the keto triple threat. I would say, oh my gosh, girl, I can get you a cleanse and a pack of wraps for free if you order a fat fighter with me, or if you order a X, Y, and Z. Like have them order a full-size product and I'll throw in 2 free extra of something I know they'll love. Or, hey girl, I noticed that you have a $30 product credit on your account for any purchases over $25. Or whatever, you know what I mean? So that even if they were to go in and buy a fat fighter, it's a qualified purchase, and they're not only using their product credit, but they're giving you BV. Because if you don't know, if somebody uses product credit, even if they were to go in and use all $212 of that or whatever, it's 0 BV. You don't get paid on that. So it's just literally free that the company is giving them as a perk to the customer, which is great. The other thing is old distributors. So if you're a seasoned distributor like I am, you have a lot of distributors in your tree viewer that are no longer in the company. So not only do you want to be going through and looking at their loyal customers, you guys can see their phone number in eSuite, okay? Text those people that are their customers if they're never coming back in the business and they don't work, and text them saying something like, I have the message. I can't remember. It's going to take me a second to find, but it basically says like, hey, so-and-so. Sometimes I'll word it differently. So there's 2 different scripts that I send. The first is, hey, love, this is Alexa with It Works Global. I'm your new rep. I wanted to make sure that you've been loving the products that you're getting. Did you need to restock on anything, or did you have any questions about anything that you've been using? Or the other one that I'll send is, hey, this is Lex Huffman with It Works Global Corporate. I noticed that your credit card declined, or I noticed that you haven't gotten your HSN in 2 months. Is there any other products that you've been dying to try, or whatever? Like open up the conversation. If people give you flack for it, just send me a screenshot. I've only had one person ever be like, how did you get my number? But typically it's like, if I say I'm from corporate, or you can even say, well, this is a business and we have a back office and all of your information is like your phone number and everything is in there. And it's my job to take care of my customers and make sure that everyone has great customer or experiences great customer service. So that's my job. That's why I'm here. And that's the truth. So Sorry, I know I'm talking really fast, but I only have 5 minutes left and I don't want to make you guys hop on another one. Okay. So, or old distributors, you can message them saying, hey, so-and-so, I know that you're not working the business anymore and maybe the business isn't for you, but would you be willing to try a product to support me? I'm pushing for a huge promotion this month that would bring Connor home with Oakland and I, and it would mean the world to me. Nothing that breaks the bank. And then most of the time I've had 2 DCs this month tell me yes. So make sure that you're reaching out to those. And then when I was pushing for double, I did this and it worked really well, is I sent my friends and family a little message that basically said something along the lines of, hey, look, y'all know what I'm doing. If there's ever been a time to support me, the time is now. I'm pushing for a promotion that will X, Y, and Z. Tell them what this promotion is going to do for you. And I could really use your support. Is there any way that you guys would be willing to try a product out for me and let me know your honest opinion? Again, nothing that breaks the bank. It would mean the world to me. And I had a couple people that ended up ordering because of that. Same thing with the post. I made a post with Oakland and I and Connor. And basically I tagged like 60 people that I was friends or family with, or like people that I knew or that I even thought for 2 seconds would be interested that I haven't messaged, or even that I had messaged. Like I just tagged people and basically said the same thing. Connor and I are pushing for a huge promotion that would do this for us. And I'm just really looking for your guys' support right now. Here's the categories that I have open. And I even put the price. Like I did cleanse, TFX, facials, the cleanser, or whatever. Like I picked a couple hot products and put the price. Of course, I would try and upsell once someone was interested and we got into the conversation, but I was putting like $30 price tags or the fat fighters or whatever. Or another thing that you could do is post, who wants to lose weight and doesn't want to spend more than $30 or whatever. Like just keep it simple, but those are some posts and some ideas to send to people that really got traction when I was pushing for double. And then the last thing that I wanted to go over, and we're doing like perfect timing now, is what Rochelle sent in the chat this morning and what I'm planning to do with all my customers today. So she is sending this customers to all of her current loyal customers. So if you go onto the Connect app, you can easily do this. And I can send you guys instructions if you don't know how to do it. So if you don't know how, just personal message me after this and I'll walk you through it. But this is a message that she's sending to all of her current loyals who are either active or inactive, meaning they're ordering now or not. She's sending them this. Hey, Lovey, we just came out with 2 brand new products. One is called Just Celery, and it's literally just that. You mix it in water and drink it every morning before anything, and the benefits are incredible. The second is our cleanse that's new and improved, keto approved, so way less sugars, non-GMO, organic, plant-based, and tastes amazing, unlike the old one, LOL. I'm giving you first dibs because you're already an amazing customer of mine. They're both only $39 each. Do you want to grab one or both? So I can send that to you guys too if you want to message me for the scripts for that. But I hope that that helped. Does anybody else have anything to add or questions that you have? You can unmute yourself if you do. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.